Hello and welcome to Hump Day Lunch Break Live. Just adjusting my camera here just a little bit. And just so I can be right in the center of my tabletop. There we go. All right, hopefully you all can see this. And I just need to get my feed going here so I can see all the comments.
All right, hopefully you all can. And I just need to get my...
And turn down that volume. Let me know if you're here today. And most importantly, what are you having for lunch? I am going to be having a turkey breast sandwich right after we're done here. I've got some fresh aroma tomatoes from my garden. Super excited about that. And I don't know why my lighting is off here today, but it is a little bit. So we're going to get started today and go ahead and jump right into our card. So let me just refresh my screen here. I just need to see if anyone's there. So say hi, let me know that you're here. I'd really appreciate knowing. That tells me if someone is watching.
I don't know why my lighting is off here today, but
there we go. All right. So I've got a little bit of a lag between everything here. And okay, let's see if that shows up now. Okay. I'm not seeing any comments happen. So, okay, there we go. So I see one comment. All right. So today we are going to be working with our Sending Smiles stamp set and bundle. So the bundle is a set of awesome dies that coordinate with this. So here they are. We're going to make just a fun little card today. And hopefully I'm not getting too much glare. I apologize if I am. I'll just have to. There we go. See that? All right. So again, if you were joining, make sure you let me know so I can see your comment here. There we go. All right. So that looks good. Okay, let's get started on the card. I'll also be pulling in our layering circle dies, and I'll show you what I'm going to be doing with that. I'm going to be using a blending brush. I'll be using our matte decorative dots, and we'll be also using this amazing silver and gold designer series paper, which is one of our celebration items. So you can get this for free when you spend $50 in my online store. Now, all of the products that I'm going to be using today are going to be listed in either the comment if you're looking at Facebook, or if you're on YouTube, it'll be in the description. Make sure that you sign up for my email list. I'm sending out some specials today and some exclusive notifications to my email subscribers. So make sure that you subscribe to that. There is a link in the description or in the comments. Also, if you're watching on Facebook, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel. That way in your YouTube feed, you'll see when I have videos posted. And if you click the little notification bell, that will also notify you when you're logged into YouTube that I have updated some videos. So let's get started on this really fun card. I'm just going to move a couple other things out of my way here. There we go. Also, we're going to be using our adhesive sheets today. Very important when you're working with a detailed die, because that way you don't have to try and figure it out, getting all the glue there. So I've done a little bit of my work ahead of time, and I've actually taken a piece of basic white, and I've used the largest circle, and I've die cut a circle out. I'm putting this aside because I don't need to use this on my project. Now the next thing I'm going to do is, let's bring in my cardstock so you can see what I've been using. So I have a piece of Parakeet Party. This is 8.5 by 11. I'm going to cut this in half because we're going to make 2 cards right away today. So we'll cut this right here. So I'm just cutting it at 5.5 along the 11-inch side. And then I'm going to go ahead and bring in my scoring blade. Let's get that in here. And I'm going to score it at 4 1/4. And that one at 4 1/4, and then this one at 4 1/4. So we're going to be using 2 cards at the same time. The reason I'm doing this is, in case you don't have the silver and gold designer series paper, I'm going to show you how you can do it on a regular piece of cardstock. Okay. So we have our Sorry, I've just got all my pieces off to the side, and I didn't have them laid out very well here. So I'm just kind of a little distracted. Where did they all go? Okay, so I have a piece of Starry Sky, and that measures, here they are. This measures 5 by 3 3/4. So what we'll do is we're going to just bring in our bone folder here, and I'm just going to give my card base a nice crease there. So I've got a piece of Starry Sky. I'm sorry, this was actually, let me go back over. This is 3 3/4 by 5, and this is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. I wanted just a little tiny layer, so that's going to be for one of our cards. The second card, I had the Starry Sky again, 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. And instead of using basic white, I'm bringing in a piece of my gold and silver designer series paper, and we're going to be using this. So I'm going to show you some fun ways to do this. All right, so I'm going to put my card bases aside, and I'm just going to start with my one layer here. I'm going to bring in a piece of scrap paper. This is not scrap. I'm going to bring in my little template here that I've used, and I'm going to go ahead and just layer it right on. I have a piece of Post-it note tape, and I'm just going to hold that in place. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my Parakeet Party. Where is it? Parakeet Party ink here, and this is one of our new ink colors. And I'm going to go ahead and just get some on my blending brush, and then I'm going to go ahead and put this on my paper. Get a little bit more ink. Now, if you're wondering why I'm going off to the side, it's just so I don't get this big glob on here. All right, and I'm going to fill this middle in, and I can add more ink as I need to here. All right. I wanted the outsides of the circle to be a little darker, so this is the first one. And now I'm going to come back in for my second card and do this same thing. Again, I'm going around the outsides first to give it my darker parakeet, and then I'll come in the middle. So if you want to have a little darker, just add a little more ink. There we go. All right. So now I have a nice centered circle in there. And now let's start our stamping. So I have a piece of, just a piece of basic white here. And I'm going to start with my Granny Apple Green. And I'm going to bring in my large stems. So the one I'm bringing in, I'm going to be stamping this and this. Oop, don't want to lose that. All right. So I'm going to stamp several of them because I'm doing okay. Didn't really have that inked up well. Okay. Because I'm making two cards. So we're going to go ahead and put one here. May have to actually bring in another. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and grab a larger piece right away. I'm going to use my large cut and emboss machine to do all my die cutting, so I can do all of it at the same time. And we'll put this one here. All right, I'm going to bring in my second stem, and we'll put one here. I'm going to turn it this way, actually, and I'm just turning this so it fits on my paper better, so I can actually do my die cutting. All right, now I'm going to bring in my Mango Melody. Hello, Diane, welcome. All right, so here is my mango. And I'm just going to stamp this here and here. I just want to see how light it goes. I think that lighter color is a little bit too light, so I'm going to keep this a lot more vibrant. Hello, Barbara. Welcome. All right, so we're going to stamp a couple of those. Yeah. Clean that block off. I'm going to grab my smaller flower. Okay, if this ever happens to you, where your stamps don't stick, these photopolymer, just take a alcohol pad. So I've got these little alcohol pads here, and just clean off the back. sometimes there's just dust and lint that gets on the back of there. Let it dry and then clean your block. Ooh, that was a little strong, kind of took my breath away there. Ooh. All right, so I'm just gonna blow on it really quick and then I'll pick it up. Oh, it wasn't quite dry. All right, there we go. So now it'll stick again. All right, and I'm gonna stamp quite a few of these. So one, because I need 2 per card. So we'll need, what's going on? I just saw my live there. All right, I'm having all sorts of internet connection issues today. So please let me know if I'm still live or not. Just, you know, send me a little wave, thumbs up, something. Hello. Okay. And I'm going to now bring in my Starry Sky. And I'm going to take just the center. So I'm looking for this center right here and this one right here. I'm going to ink this up. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp my centers of my flowers first. So I'm going to go ahead and hopefully I don't have my head in there too much. Okay, well, not stamping well with those. I can, yeah, we'll just leave it. And then part of the issue is it does center really nicely, but I can't get my full head under the screen. So, and keep my paper in the, so I just kind of have to eyeball this. Now, you don't necessarily have to use a Starry Sky. I just wanted to because that was a cardstock I was using. You could definitely swap out your colors. All right. Now this is a little stinker of a stamp. So I need to put this one away right away. Because if you've ever been in my studio, you know that my stamps tend to run amok and they go and hide on me. And then I don't have them. So we're going to put these little pieces away. All right. Now that I got those put away, let's just take this off. I am going to, oh, here's another one. I'm going to grab my sending here. And I'm going to stamp that. Oh, actually, I'm not going to stamp it. I am going to die cut it. So let's put these pieces back in my case here. They just don't want to stick in there. I'm going to have to clean them all. Okay. All right, so I got that. I want to now grab in my dies. So I know I'm be using this one. I can move this out of the way temporarily. And I'm going to use this one. And I'll be using my long one here. And now we need our flowers. So I'll put one flower right here. And then I'll put this large flower. So now what's going to happen is, as soon as I pick it up, it's all going to shift. So I'm going to have to just do it again once I bring in my cut and emboss machine. But here we go. So I do have the large one out. Sorry, it doesn't quite fit in my full screen, but you've all seen me do this before. Okay, so I'm just using my base plate. Let me see if I can put it in this way so you can see what I'm doing. All right. This always is a little bit more of a challenge for me, doing it backwards. All right, so I just need to get these pieces. Now, if you have dies that tend to hop around on you, go ahead and use some washi tape or Post-it note tape to hold them in place. I'm going to kind of risk it today. All right, so I'm lining that up. Now, trick is with this one, there is this little hole at the very bottom. You want to make sure that when you put your die on your stamped image, that you're seeing that color through there, and that tells you that you've got your die in the right place. And because it's on the opposite side of the table, I'm just going to guess that I have it in the right place. So we'll go ahead and gently put this down and run this through. And then I'm going to do the same thing again to cut out the other pieces. So like I said, I'm really hoping that I got that in place, and I didn't do too bad. So give me a moment to get this other side through here. Trying to line these up just a little better. Okay. Oh, sorry about that. I forgot to turn my ringers off. All right. So I just need to take my other pieces out. I'm almost there. Oh, I just moved everything. If I could pause this for you and redo it, I would, but yeah, we're live, so that's not able to pause. So we'll just have to deal with it. And I don't want to hurry too much because then I don't cut my things out correctly. And I want to make sure I do a nice job. So we'll go this and this. There we go. And I have one more time to run it through. Oh, actually 2 more times. Because I need to get my 2 little flowers. We'll be done. Oh my goodness. Okay, I just need to get one more little flower here because I actually have one on my table. So we'll get this last one done. We'll pull these pieces out. Hot mess, I know. We'll get through this quick. All right. So what is everyone having for lunch today? Tell me. Share with me what you're having. And maybe I just didn't have this one lined up correctly. So all I'm doing is I'm spinning my little die here to make sure that I'm getting it on my well, we'll try that one that way. We'll see. Oh, I moved. Again, I'm just spinning this around so I can get my die centered correctly on my stamped image. And I don't seem to be getting it lined up quite right. So, what am I not? Oh, sorry, I'm just trying to grab this other one here so I can see where I have it. Okay. Oh, that is the right way. All right, I'm just going with it. The perfectionist in me is like really coming out today, so just bear with me. Some days, you know, you have these perfection issues. All right, we're just going to go with that. I was wondering what was on my finger. I have a little heart, a heart resin. I couldn't figure this out. Okay, I'm going to put that aside there. All right. Okay, we're good enough for right now, and we're going to just get our card going. All right, so there we go. Okay, we'll move all this extra stuff out of my way. All right, so let's get in all of our bits and pieces here. All right, so we have our large flower here. All right, so notice that one didn't die cut as well as I would have liked, but oh well. I didn't have it lined up because I was doing it upside down. It does actually line up very nicely. So we're going to have one here, one here, one here, and one here. All right, so those are how our flowers are going to go. I do need to bring back in my mat here so I can stamp my phrase. So here we go. This is just the mat for my stamparatus. I'm going to take my 2 long strips right here and pull in my Starry Sky. Hello, Barbara. And we're going to go ahead and stamp this. So the greeting that I grabbed is sunshine to brighten your day. So we can get those stamped. And then I'm going to show you a little trick for your sending dies. Okay, there we go. Okay, I do have to die cut a couple more things here, so let's just move this off to the side. I'm going to bring in my pieces of Starry Sky, and I do need a scrap of basic white here. Let me just see, I've got another piece right here because I don't know what to do with the original piece. All right, so we'll bring back in our die cutting machine, and this time what I need to do, actually before I do this, I'm going to show you how to apply your adhesive sheet. So I'm just going in here right now. Oh, that's not adhesive sheet. I'm going to pull out one of my adhesive sheets. Now this measure, these are 6 by 12, and you get 12 sheets in here, so it's a really great deal because you don't use all that much of it to do these with. And I thought I had a piece put aside. Here we go. I am just going to take this strip right here, and I am just going to cut this down. So what I'm going to be die cutting is the word sending this small skinny one here, but I want to do it out of my Starry Sky. So what I want to do is I'm just going to trim down my piece here. And let's just see how wide I need it. About here. Okay. All right. So now I'm making 2 cards, so I'm going to be able to save a little paper here. And I'm just going to apply this backing to the middle of my cardstock there as soon as I can get it lifted up. Okay, so one side is your backing and one side is a sticky side. You're going to put your sticky side down here. Just like that. Okay, and now we're going to run that through the die cutting machine. And what I want to do is run it this way. Actually, that's going to give me my sticky here, and I don't want my sticky there. Hold on. All right. So I want this in the middle. Now, this other piece of white, which I don't know what I just did with, I just had it. Is it this piece? Yeah. I'm going to use the shadow of that. So I'm using this larger one right here. Okay, we're going to run both through our die cutting machine, and you'll see what that's going to be like. All right, so let's get this one up here. All right, so we'll put this one right here. Now, it's okay if I don't have my thin die completely covered with adhesive. As long as I have the majority of it covered, we'll be good to go. So I'll show you what that's going to look like momentarily here. So when it comes out, you're going to have that backing on there. So I'm going to pull this out gently. Now, there is a dot to the eye. So when I do this, I'm going to take a pick tool and make sure I pop out my dot there and I don't lose it. There we go. So it's right there. And I'm going to run this through one more time to get my second one in. And I'm just trying to line it up there. Okay, there we go. So I can get most of it with adhesive on. Okay, grab my other shadow. I swear it'll be a little bit faster. Normally when I'm not trying to make this for the video, I can just whip right through these. But you know, doing live adds a little extra something to your day. All right. Now I could easily just stamp as well on the shadow piece, but I wanted to use my dies and I wanted to use that adhesive. Okay, so now don't throw this piece away because we're going to use this piece. Let's bring back in our parts and pieces here. So this I'm going to mount right on there, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use my seal here. Now, a tip when you're using your seal, angle it, and then don't press real hard. Have a light touch, and just give a little flick at the end. We'll center that right in here. Just like that. I'm going to turn this. Notice I have a little bit more room down here than I do up here. I did that on purpose. And let's go ahead and grab our pieces out. I'm going to go ahead and just adhere this right to my card front. So I can actually peel this backing off as well here. I can get it going. So that gave me a little bit of sticky on here. And okay, so I'm just peeling off that. Oh, I forgot to save my little dot before. All right, well, hopefully I have it somewhere. If not, I'll just use a marker. Okay, come on. Get that going. Now it's all over my finger. All right. So I've got that one. Just like that. Okay. We're going to bring in our flowers, and I want to position these first before I do anything else. Right. All right, so I've got that there. Let's go ahead and bring in my silicone mat, because I'll need that for a couple of things. So first thing I need that for is my stems. So I'm going to bring in my fine tip glue. I like my silicone mat because if I accidentally go off the paper, it's on my mat and not my work surface. So it is a really nice tool to have. I think it's kind of an essential, especially if you're doing piecing or a lot of adhesive work. We're going to grab this long one first and put this one on. Just give it a nice little press. And if there's any glue that's coming out, it'll dry clear. You won't even see it. And then we'll put the second one on here. All right. We're going to bring in our little mini dimensionals. Maybe, if they're not all stuck together here. All right. And I'm going to go ahead and put some on my flowers. And I'll put 2 on each flower. All right, we'll peel those little backings off and get our flowers put on the front of our card. All right, whoop. Let's put it that way. And now our third one. Put right here. Now I do that same thing with my my blank card. I would just layer these all together and just adhere my flowers in the same way. But let's go ahead and bring all this in. So now we've got our background here. We've got our, let's just grab this one here. I'm going to pop out these little pieces here that are not really part of my word that I want. And these pop out pretty easily. If not, use your take a pick tool. Now, here's where the fun part is. This is what's nice about not covering it completely with that adhesive, because it gives you a place to start lifting this up from. Otherwise, you just kind of use your take a pick tool to get it picked up. When you're doing this, gently pull this off. This is not a Band-Aid, rip it off fast. This is a gently pull it off, because you can kind of stretch out the lettering and you don't want to do that. So gently peel it off. See how that was stretching a little bit? Okay. Oh, where'd the top of my S go? Okay, well, we won't use that one then, because the top of my S is missing. I don't know what happened there. We'll just use this other one. Good thing I cut two. Only during a live does this kind of stuff happen. All right, so I'm going to pick that up. And gently lift it. Oh, see, it's not wanting to come up. There we go. Okay, started in the middle instead of starting at the end. All right. And okay, so now we have a nice delicate sending. I'm going to start layering it on here first. So I've got my S kind of lined up where I think it should be. And then once I have it there, I'm going to press it down. Hello, Anita. And we're just going to slowly press down our letters here so that they're staying where they should be. And it's sticking to my fingers. So hold on for a minute. I'm going to do my G first here. There we go. And now I can kind of see a little better. I know my hands are in the way. I'm just trying to get that lined up there. There we go. Now that little dot that I had for the eye, which I just flung somewhere, we're going to grab this one right here, because I don't know where that just flung to. All right. We'll peel that little backing up. All right, I'm not over this, so hold on for just, oh, there it came off. All right, I'm gonna take a pick tool, and I'm gonna try and put it on there. There we go. All right, so now I've got my sending, and I'm gonna put this right across the front just like that, and we'll use also our mini dimensionals. And I do want a few of them. I want to make sure that I am getting my sentiment here all squared away. And what I was doing right there is I just needed to move this one. It's going to be on this flower, which is already popped up. So I didn't need to have one there. So, and yes, I'd rather have more than not enough. Okay. Okay, so how many of you have this set? Or how many of you have seen this set in action? It's really a very pretty set. I do have a couple extra cards that I'll grab in just a moment to share with you. Okay, so here's my sending. Now I have my nice little sentiment here. So I'm going to go ahead and pop that up on dimensionals. Just making sure I have that all kind of supported. And we'll layer that right across the bottom here, just like that. Okay. And we'll move all this extra stuff out of the way. I've got my inside somewhere here for my card. That's not the inside, but we'll cut it down. All right. So this piece here is going to be 4 by 5 1/4. So I'm just going to cut it down real quick. And I'm just going to stamp on the inside. So we'll bring back in our mat. We'll bring back in our colors here. So I've got my Granny Apple Green. And I am just going to use one of the stems this time. And I'm just going to put it right here, just like that. And I'm going to bring in my flower. I'm going to use this smaller flower here. And I'm going to go into my mango. And now what I'm doing is I can see right through where that stem is. So I'm just going to line that stem up and line that flower up just like that. And then we'll bring back in our starry sky and our little centerpiece here. So we'll use this little dot. Put that right in the middle, just like that. Oh, that's so pretty. And you can turn that flower whatever direction you please, totally up to you. And we'll take this and put this on the inside of our card right away. So tomorrow night on my Facebook Live, I will be kicking off my farmer's market. So this week through the end of September, I will do a farmer's market. And what my farmer's market is I'm going to be doing 2 to 3 projects each week, every Thursday at 6:44 p.m. on my Facebook channel. I'll upload those to YouTube. But what I'm doing is I'm making projects that you would find at a craft fair or be able to sell at a craft fair or a farmer's market so that you can get ready for any upcoming fair that you are doing and have some ideas of projects that you can sell. I will have all of my ingredients basically listed. And if you are one of my email subscribers, you will be getting that recipe sheet sent an email each week. I'll have both projects or all 3 projects listed, and you'll have the whole list of everything and how to put it together. So let me bring in another card. So this was the other card that we did, and I just changed it up a little bit. I decided to emboss my white cardstock. So right after I did this, then I ran it through the embossing machine and assembled my card in the same exact way. But today I wanted to use our silver and gold foil. Let's see here. I've got another card sample. I've got a few in here. This again, basically the same layout, same kind of design. I used the Sweet Sorbet. I added some ribbon, I added the embellishments, and this time instead of doing a circle, I went ahead and embossed my Sweet Sorbet cardstock. Now one of the things I forgot, we forgot our embellishments. So let's go ahead and add these on. So I think I'm going to take my light parakeet party here. So these are kind of ombre. So they start with really light and go to a little darker. So let's go ahead and get some of these added right on there. All right. Okay, come on. Okay, I'm gonna put one there. And I'm using all different colors here. I'm not really being particular about what color I'm using. We'll add another, we'll add a darker one up here. We'll add one right there. And I feel like I'm going to add a couple of the Starry Skies. So let me just get my little putty end going here. I don't have enough putty at my end. This putty here helps you pick up your little pieces here. So let's go ahead and grab a small one. And I could always use this for my, if I lost my little dot. So keep that in mind. So we'll put one right here. And I think I'll put another one right over in here. Okay. So on this one, we'll go ahead and add some of those as well. So this time I'll grab this one right here. And I'll do a lighter one up here. And again, I'm just randomly picking these. I'm not being picky or, choosy on which I'm grabbing where. And I need one more over here, I think. Let's just grab another small one. There we go. Okay. All right. So if you want to see more examples of how you can use this stamp set, I will be posting some things later on this evening to my website. So that is www.mystampstudio.com, and you can check those out. I will have, like I said, all the ingredients used in today's card listed in the description for YouTube and listed in the comments on Facebook. So here we go is the link to my website. So again, www.mystampstudio.com. Make sure that you're on my email list, subscribe to it so that you can get the farmers market tutorials starting tomorrow. I'll be doing the first video so that the tutorials will be mailed out on Friday. So take care, have a wonderful lunch, and enjoy the rest of your week. Hey, we're only 2 days away from Friday. Bye.